Hello, and welcome to the first lecture of this new section on making AI your learning multiplier. In this course, Mastering Learning Online. So, in this lecture, we will talk about how can you use AI to simulate case interviews. So, how do you think you can do that? Any thoughts on how can you use AI to simulate case interviews? You know, using AI to simulate case interviews is an excellent way to build analytical thinking, structured problem solving, and decision making skills. It replicates the type of thinking used in consulting interviews, right? At the time, supposing you were going for a McKinsey or Boston Consulting Group, BCG, and Bain, but it is also value for managers, analysts, and strategists, right? Not only for the job candidate, but also for these kind of people. Now, what is a practical way you can do this effectively? Let's take a look at that. So, first, you need to understand what the case interview is, right? And a case interview is a simulated business problem where you must analyze a problem, ask clarifying questions, structure the problem, evaluate options, and recommend a solution finally. Examples of such problems are like a company's profits are declining, a new product launch is failing, a market expansion decision must be made. And the goal is to test your how you think, not just the final answer. So that's the purpose of case interview. Then you how second step would be to ask AI to generate a case scenario, and this you can do by starting, to asking AI to act as an interviewer, and there a prompt you can give like saying, act as a management consulting interviewer, right? And give me a business case problem, ask questions step by step, and wait for my responses before giving hints, right? So that's the prompt you can give. And what will happen then? AI will create a scenario such as, let's say, for example, an electronics company was experiencing a 15% drop in profits over 2 years. The CEO wants to know why and how to fix that. Then you are ready to analyze the problem, right? So you have asked AI to generate the case scenario like this. Then you structure the problem before solving. Always begin by structuring the issue. Say, for example, if it is a profit problem, you could structure like profit being equal to revenue minus cost, and then break down into its drivers like revenue drivers, cost drivers, market conditions, and operational efficiency. And what you do then is you explain your structure to AI before exploring the details. And this is how consultants demonstrate their structured thinking. So that's the third step. Then you should ask the clarifying questions. So before solving the case, ask questions like, what industry is the company in? What markets does it serve? What has changed recently? And how are the competitors performing? And AI will respond with additional information. And this simulates a real interview dialogue, right? So ask clarifying questions like this. Once you have the information, use logical thinking to evaluate the possibilities. Examples to explore are like on the revenue side, you could look at pricing, demand, customer segments, competition. On the cost side, you could look at production costs, supply chain, labor expenses, and operational efficiency. And AI can provide more data or hints as the conversation progresses. So this revenue and cost side information is only illustrated. It will depend on your problem model that you want to use. So on the base of the model, you decide what data that you need additionally and use that to analyze the information that you have got from AI. Then develop and present a recommendation. Now you have analyzed, you have the information, you know what the question is. So at the end, provide a structured conclusion, right? And that could include things like, summary of the problem, your understanding of that, key insights from the analysis that you have done, your recommended strategy, and what are the risks and next steps in that strategy. Example, you could be saying, based on the analysis, the main issue is declining market share. due to new competitors. And I recommend improving product differentiation and adjusting pricing strategy while optimizing supply chain costs. So that's how you can develop and present a recommendation. Then you ask for the AI for the feedback. Presenting recommendation is not just the end. So after presenting your solution, ask AI to evaluate the performance, and you can give a simple prompt like saying, evaluate my case analysis as a consulting interviewer, identify strength, weaknesses, and how I could improve. So that's what you can give as a prompt. And what AI will do is it will comment on, the clarity of structure, quality of questions, logic of analysis, and your communication style. And this feedback will accelerate your improvement. Then you can also practice different types of cases. You can ask AI to simulate various categories of cases. The common business cases include profitability case, as we saw, why profits are falling. Market entry cases, in which you answer the basic question: should a company enter a new market? Then the growth strategy cases, in which you answer the question how to increase the revenue. Then operational improvement cases, in which you ask the questions like how to reduce cost or increase efficiency. Product launch cases, where you ask the question, you answer the question whether a new product should be launched. And you can practice different types of these cases, and that will improve your business problem solving skill. Then turn each practice into a learning cycle. After each simulate case, review your reasoning, identify mistakes, learn a new framework, and try another case. And this continuous cycle will strengthen your analytical thinking, right? You can also use to create realistic business data. You can ask AI to provide you data like, sample financial tables, market share numbers, customer data, operational matrices, and analyzing these data will improve quantitative reasoning, which is a major part of case interviews. So, what is the key insight we can draw from this lecture? Using AI for case interview helps to develop, structured thinking, strategic analysis, business decision making, and clear communication. And these skills are valuable not only for the consulting interviews, but also for management strategy role and strategy role and real workplace problem solving. So what do we do next after having looked at how to simulate case interview using AI? We will now look at how to use AI to create practice quizzes, right? So let's take a look at as we go forward. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on making AI your learning part multiplier. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.